The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of King Herod, behold, magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem, saying, "Where is the newborn King of the Jews? We saw his star at its rising and have come to do him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was greatly troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Assembling all the chief priests and the scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. They said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it has been written through the prophets, 'And you, Bethlehem, land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, since from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people, Israel.'" Then Herod called the magi secretly and ascertained from them the time of the star's appearance. He sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search diligently for the child. When you have found him, bring me word that I too may go and do him homage." After their audience with the king, they set out. And behold, the star that they had seen at its rising preceded them, until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. They were overjoyed at seeing the star, and on entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They prostrated themselves and did him homage. They opened their treasures and offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they departed for their country by another way. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
With the feast of the Epiphany, The church celebrates the revelation of Christ to the Gentiles, to the magi who came from the east. Christ was revealed to foreigners. And it is, in a certain sense, the fulfillment of the vision of Isaiah that our light has finally come into the world. The word Epiphany comes from the Greek epiphania, meaning an appearance, a manifestation, a showing forth of something that was previously hidden. In the ancient world, the word was used for the public appearance of a king or a display of power and splendor. The church takes this word and gives it a new meaning. The Epiphany of God is not a display of power or glory. It's the appearance of a child. God makes God's self visible not by overwhelming the world, but by entering it quietly. The Magi do not arrive because God explained everything to them. They came because something has happened. A star, a sign, a hint of meaning written in the sky. God reveals God's self in a way that they can recognize and invites them to move, to seek, and to risk a journey. Matthew contrasts this revelation with those who should recognize it most easily. Herod hears of the child, but nothing is revealed to him except his own fear. The scribes can explain the prophecy. They know where it's going to happen, but they do not experience the Epiphany. Their hearts were not in the right place. And revelation is not simply information. It's not simply words. It's not data. It is disclosure. And most importantly, it requires a heart willing to receive what it is shown. Herod had no heart at all and was therefore incapable of receiving anything. And the climax of the feast comes when the Magi enter the house and they see the child with Mary, his mother. This is the true Epiphany. God is no longer a sign to be discerned in the sky, but a presence, a relationship. They respond as one does to the manifestation of God. They fall down, they worship, they offer gifts. It's a natural response to the presence of God. It's what we do here. And then the gospel tells us they leave by another way. Every true epiphany has consequences. When God reveals God's self, we are changed. Direction shifts. You may feel that. You may sense that in your heart very powerfully. Or you might not. Perhaps more discernment is needed. But God comes to us in those unexpected moments of clarity and conviction, in a moment of mindfulness, moments of the heart. The question this feast places before us is not whether God is present or where is God, but whether we are attentive. Epiphany is God's action. Contemplation is our response. To watch, to recognize, to bow, and then to walk a different path that God has made visible for you. May this year's pilgrimage bring us ever closer to the heart of God.